Hey family, happy Sunday. I have to record this video again. I don't know what happened to my last video, but I was driving and I was just so very blessed today by the word that came forth through my bishop. She released the word today from Habakkuk 2:1-3, and it talks about write the vision down and make it plain. And though it tarry, it shall come to pass. It shall spring forth. Shall you not know it? And again, my name is Dr. Vicky Simon, and I am here to get you to the other side of your healing. So today, that word actually resonated so deep with me because I can remember, and I was reflecting on this while I was driving. I can remember times in my life where God gave me like a vision for either a project or something dealing with my business. And when things started to get tough or things started to get rough, I began to kind of build different doors instead of focusing on the original plan that God gave me. And that there kind of took me outside of what God originally gave me. And it just always brought me back to just not focusing on the original plan. And I literally started to get this download. Like, there is so many things in our lives that takes us the longer route to get there because we take our eyes off of the original plan instead of just focusing in hard times on what God originally gave us, right? And I just want to encourage you today that whatever the original plan was, get back to that. Get back to what God gave you, whether it's a kingdom assignment, whether it's something that you do for outreach, whether it's something that you're doing for your job, whether it's something that you're doing personally in entrepreneurship. I want you to know that hard times will come. And sometimes in our waiting season, we begin to build different doors or different outcomes, and we start reaching out to people in desperation, or we even like get contracts or different work orders, or we start partnering with people out of desperation instead of hearing God for what you're supposed to be doing in that season. And I just want to say that she did, my bishop mentioned today as well that her tarrying season took years. And sometimes we get so impatient in the wait. We get so impatient when we're waiting on God and trying to hear God. And I just want to let you know that you're not alone. God did not leave you. He is still right there in the fire with you. He is right there meeting you where you are. He's waiting on the opportune time, the most realistic time that he could release certain things and blessings. Sometimes we're going through things as a transitional point for growth and for us to become that person that he wants us to be in order to walk successfully in certain spaces or seasons in our lives. So I think that the most important thing is to sit down and make sure that you're allocating specific time to hear and talk to God. She also mentioned today, and that blessed me as well, because she made a point. Sometimes I do use my car, as a point of contact for when I want to talk to God. But it's in the midst of me either trying to get home to different events or things that I'm doing for my business. So if I'm literally in a place of urgency, I can't really hear God the way I want to hear him. And even though I do go home and I'm always in praise and I'm always in worship, sometimes I'll miss the mark with actually setting aside, intentional time for me to spend with God. And I need to get better with that. So I just want to encourage you as well. Set specific time out for you to get intimate with God, for you to understand and hear God, for you to just listen to what God is telling you to do in this season. Sometimes it takes us longer to get to certain things when we're not sitting still and understanding what the voice of God sounds like for us, right? And sometimes we begin to do different things and we wonder why we end up in certain places, partnerships, relationships, without God's favor on those specific things. Is because we didn't wait on him. We didn't wait on him. And when I tell you, that word blessed me today, because I think that when we're in our waiting period, sometimes we forget that God is still right there with us in our waiting season. So I encourage you today to just go back on your original plan. And if you don't have one, write down what you're expecting from God in this next season. Write down what you want God to do for you. Go back to the original plan. If you are a business owner, I encourage you to understand what the forecast looks like for your business, whether that's a 1-year plan, a 2-year plan, a 5-year forecast. Understand what the market is, your niche that you are working on. Write that business plan down and make it plain what you want your business to look like in the next 5 to 10 years, so that when God is sending you destiny helpers, or when he's sending you people that want to invest in your business, or that's trying to help you take your business to the next level, that you look like you're completely educated and informed, and you have everything in place that you need in order for you to take your business to the next level. Because to be honest, people only take you as serious as you take yourself. So I challenge you to get into place, get into position, to get your posture correct. Because if God is taking us to a season of acceleration, if we're asking God for a suddenly, we're asking God for supernatural favor, increase, overflow, we're praying for God to open up the windows of heaven. If we're not properly positioned to handle the things that God are going to handle us, then we're going to forfeit in some areas. We're going to drop the ball in some areas. So I encourage you to take this word. I reshared the live on my page, so I would encourage you to go back and watch that live and just listen to some of the things that she poured into us today. That was such a powerful word. I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening to me today. I want you all to win. I wish for all of us to win and prosper in God, but it's going to take your faith. It's going to take you waiting and trusting God, that no matter how long it takes, just know that God is going to answer you, that God is coming to sit beside you, that God is going to open up the door at the opportune time, at the correct time, not the time that we want it. Because sometimes we want God to do stuff overnight, these popcorn blessings that we always want God to do. And certain seasons that we get into, sometimes those seasons are our pruning season, it's our purging season, it's our processing season, because God is trying to get something out of us so that he can give something to us. So I love you guys. I just hope and pray that you just hear what I'm saying to you today, that you need to really sit down and understand what you want the next couple of years of your life to look like. And I'm talking about wholeheartedly from every aspect of your life. You need to sit down and you need to understand what that looks like, and you need to make sure that you don't compromise in certain areas, or you don't bend. And I always say, like I've said this to my friends 101 times, what I've learned over the last few years, and I'm gonna be honest, this is a transparent moment for me. What I have learned over the last few years is that a boundary is not a boundary when you begin to bend them for specific people or specific places or in specific areas. If you are creating boundaries to make sure that you are getting yourself to the next level, that you're honoring yourself in certain areas, then you need to make sure that you honor yourself across the board. And that's what everybody and in every aspect of your life. So I encourage you today to read Habakkuk 2:1-3. And I also invite you to go back on my page and look at that live so you can hear that word that she shared with us today. And I want to let you know that if you write it down and you make it plain, it says those who read it will run with it. So when you begin to share with other people your vision, if God has already assigned them to your destiny, then they'll be able to run with your vision just like you are. They will have your heart, they will have your passion, and they will be able to pour into you and not look for nothing else in return. So I love you today. Thank you guys so much.